Hey everybody. I watched a series past couple of days on Netflix, and it brought out some real good points that I've made about helping. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it's a new series called Van Helsing, and they made a couple of good points. Um, they helped this group out, and they got them into their area where they were safe. And the next thing you know, the group they let in, they were eating up all their food, wouldn't listen, to the rules, and then turned around and overthrown the people that helped them, got them in and everything, and locked them up and everything. And, you know, um, and that's why I tell people, don't let outsiders in, because that could, in a SHTF situation, that could happen. They overpowered them, took their weapons, and locked them up. And they had free reign. So, helping people out in a SHTF situation, you're just asking for trouble. You are just asking for trouble, because it's going to get you killed. It's going to get you beat. It's going to get you robbed and thrown out of your home or your bug out area if another group or other people come in and take it over because you've done charity and let them out. So that made an excellent point. I hope everybody watches that, just so I can prove my point. Yes, it's fiction. I mean, yes, it's make believe, but it's that's what's going to happen in reality. People are going to be soft hearted and charitable and kind and let other people in. And the next thing they know, they're going to be tied up, or they're going to be shot, or they're going to be thrown out. And they're not going to have anything. And the people or the group you let in is going to have it all. So that's why I say I will not help anybody. I mean, even to my cousins or whatever, I will not help, because right now is the time to prep and prepare. If they don't want to take time out to prep and prepare now, they're going to be a nuisance. They're going to be trouble in an SHTF situation. I've said it numerous times. I would not help anyone. Another thing that was brought up, everybody talks about militias, how great they are, which they're not. But leadership in a resistance movement, or leadership in a militia movement. This same series, Van Helsing, proved and showed how a leadership can turn on their group in order to gain for their self. The leader of the resistance had the main vampire, and the vampire, offered him something, and he shot his own man just so he can gain. In a SHTF situation, that is going to happen. That's going to happen by these militias and these resistance units and stuff like that. The top dogs are not there for their country, or for their cause, or for the other people. The top dogs are there for their self, what they can gain and what they can get. And selling out their fellow friends and soldiers or members don't mean anything to them. They would sell them out and watch them get killed in order to gain, even if that gain is coming from the enemy. you know people need to stop and think about that. There are going to be a lot of sellouts. Even if you're with a group and you guys pick a leader, and the leader you pick could sell you out. Say another stronger group comes and demands this or demands that, and says, hey, tells your leader, hey, I'll give you this amount and this amount for you and not for the rest. That leader of that group is going to sell you guys out. So, that's another thing to think about. You're going to have to watch out for sellouts in leadership positions. Let it be in a survival group or a prepper group. Let it be in a resistant movement group. Let it be in a militia group, unit. They are going to be sellouts because people nowadays are out to gain for their self, get what they can for their self, and they really don't care because they don't have the morals, they don't have the honor, they don't have the respect to show to other people. They're just out for their self. That's why, I am so thankful I have a very, very small, like-minded group, and none of us has to worry about selling each other out, or none of us has to worry about letting people in, because the people around me think like I do, they see like I do, and they don't trust, just like I don't trust when it comes to an SHTF situation. We are all a bunch of cold-hearted pricks, but we're there for one thing: to survive, to thrive, to keep our family safe. That's why we're prepping. We're not prepping to help others. We're not prepping to stab one another in the back. Do I trust these people? To a certain point. Just like they trust me to a certain point. And that's why we get along so well. Because we're not fools. We're not idiots. We don't trust 100%. We have our guard up. And we've talked about this. And that's why I think we would have no problems. But, if you guys have never watched it, it's on Netflix. It's a new show called Van Helsing. And, it's pretty good. For preppers, it will open your eyes to some things, like helping people and how people's going to screw you over, and they got some other things in there that deals with an SHTF situation. But watch leadership. The people who's in charge, they'll sell you out. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube who people has groups, and I don't trust them as far as I can throw them, because they've got that self-centered attitude. They've got that I'm in charge attitude, and I'm going to do what it takes to protect me and my family no matter what the group says. That type of people. And you've probably seen a lot of those videos out there. If you come to my group, you can't leave, you can't do this unless I give you permission. If you bring, 500 pounds of food in, you can't leave with 500 pounds of food. You just leave what I want you to leave with. People like that, types of groups, you definitely want to stay away from, because those are the ones that will sell you out. They predict a false leadership. They're just in it for their self. And be careful of that. I don't know if you guys thought about this or not, or if you're just trustworthy of people in your group or people you know who wants to be a leader. They want to be that leader role because they know they're going to get more than the rest. They're going to have a say-so over the rest. And be very, very careful. And again, I can stress it. I cannot stress it enough. Be very careful of people like that. And be very careful if you got people who wants to bring other people in during a SHTF situation. Because if you get, say you're a group of 10, and you let new people in, 1 or 2 at a time, before long you're going to have 10 or 15 or 20 new people. And if they don't like it, how your group is doing, they can overthrow you quickly and take you by surprise. So think about that before you want to open your heart and open your doors to people. You might get your heart cut out, or you might get thrown out your own door with nothing, and you and your family are going to be in a real bad shit hit the fan situation with nothing. So, like I said, I made this video because this series really, it was kind of reality on how things are going to be in a SHTF situation with groups, with leadership, screwing over the groups, lying to the groups, just reality, because that's what people don't get. They think, oh, everything's going to be hunky-dory, everything's going to be perfect, but it actually, if you watch it, it'll open your eyes like, whoa, this could happen. This leader could do us this way, or if we did let somebody in, they could do that to us. So go check it out. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Netflix. I'm not getting no money for saying, hey, go to Netflix and check out Van Helsing. Nothing. It's just my personal opinion that I thought was a pretty good show. And it puts it out there in perspective. So I'm going to get off of here. And everybody, I hope you have a great day. It's Saturday here, and it is, right here, it is like 76 degrees with a nice breeze. That's why I'm sitting in a truck, because I tried to make the video, and the wind's blowing, and you can see in the background the trees, the wind's blowing, and you wouldn't have been able to hear me. But everybody, be safe, be careful, keep preparing, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.